Okay, let's see if this works. I have no idea. I've been having issues with going live. I'm just gonna sit here and talk to myself until people come in here because the point of live is interacting with the audience. So, before when I went live, I actually tried going live a couple minutes ago and it did not work. And then I tried going back and then it told me I couldn't rotate my screen because it was vertical, like this. But and say orientation locked. So yeah, I see that there is one person in here. I have no idea who it is, but I'm in my car, not the new vehicle. I haven't purchased a new vehicle. I drive a Kia Forte. So you can see I have some, this is my situation. I don't have all my gear in here. A lot of it's in the trunk actually, but a lot of my gear is not in my car. But I guess I'll just start answering questions because I don't know what else to talk about. So let's see here. What can I answer first? Let me just say my website since we'll wait for people in here. My website, some people have asked for this. My website is braxtonclavens.com. I'll put it in the link, put it in the description. It's Braxton, you know how it's spelled. What's up? How do you say Lloyd Rage? Braxton Clavens, Klavins, V as in Victor, and S.com. That's my website. There aren't any pictures or anything from the trip that's up there. I've taken a couple of Milky Way shots, but those are on Trail Spin's individual. What's up, Sean? Individual thing. What's up? Ready to come back to Colorado? Yes, I actually am. This is just. I'm in Chicago. I live in Chicago. I'm actually, the reason why I'm in my car is because I'm in the middle of apartment searching. So that's my situation. I'm in the middle of apartment searching or hunting. My original plan, I was thinking of living out of my vehicle. What's up, Martine? I was thinking of living out of a vehicle for like a year, but that just did not line up with my goals. My main goal is to travel, yes, but living out of my vehicle, I would be able to see what truck am I buying. I'll get to that soon. Living out of my vehicle wasn't going to hit the goals that I wanted to hit exactly, so I mainly want to be like a cinematographer, director of photography, so I get hired for higher budget music videos or commercials or shooting short films. That's what I really want to do, and then doing that will allow me to travel because people will pay me to travel to wherever they need to shoot. So that's my situation. So I decided to get an apartment. I'm still able to go on trips, so that's kind of like, oh, we're going on, like Brandon already said, that SEMA trip, which should be a lot bigger than the Trans-America Trail. It should be a lot better because it's the Continental Divide but modified, but we're going north to south, so that's going to be another month-long trip. About to meet up in Colorado. We're still trying to figure it out. Hey, from Illinois, yes. Where was I? But yeah, so I'm getting an apartment in Chicago because I'm from Chicago. This is a good place to have a network and start all of that. So yes. What vehicle that I'm going to get? The vehicle that I actually did put a deposit down was a Toyota Land Cruiser. It's a Japanese Toyota Land Cruiser. Oh, I think this is lagging really bad. A Japanese Toyota Land Cruiser. I think it was called like the PZJ77. So it is a 70 series, and it was a right-hand drive diesel. It was just a cool looking vehicle, and I really liked it, but I kind of just threw down the deposit right away, or I put out a bid because it was selling for like $12,000. It was on eBay. Put down a bid for $12,000. I was the only one to bid on it, but I had to put a deposit down for $500, and then I talked to some people, and I had some people look at it because I couldn't look at the VIN number because it was Japanese, and I was put in contact with I think he's from Expedition Overland, the guy with all the Land Cruisers. I forgot his name. I haven't been looking at vehicles or in this. I don't remember. Sorry, forgot his name, but yeah, I was thinking of getting that, but the issue was the odometer was rolled back. I think he said 100,000 kilometers, and then there was big very bad rust in the wheel wells, so he said don't get it. So it was out $500 because it's a non-refundable deposit. I wish I would have found out. It was kind of, I really like that vehicle. It was cool, just because it was interesting. Because what I'm looking for actually is, since I am a kind of like, I have my own production company, I have all my equipment, I want something that can hold my equipment, along has decent gas mileage. And I already know when you throw a bunch of stuff on a vehicle, the gas mileage goes to crap. So, it's over here. So, basically, I was looking at 4th gen 4Runners, and then I was between like a Cherokee and a 4Runner. I just need like a reliable vehicle. I just want a vehicle that works. Not saying bad things about Jeep, but you know, we already know Jeeps take a little bit of finagling and all of that stuff, and I don't want to do that. So with me, I want to have kind of like probably what all you guys have, where you have one vehicle and you use it for work, you use it for your day stuff, but then you also want to be able to overland in it. So that's kind of what I was looking for to do. The issue that I was thinking was, with trail spin and me filming, it'd be kind of weird with me having my own vehicle, because I can't film while driving. So all those cool shots with the Jeep riding and driving, I'm in the Jeep. So I can't drive a car, I can't drive a truck and fly a drone at the same time. So that's kind of a weird dilemma. So a lot of like the cool trips that we would go on, I'm going to be in a truck. Like, I'm not going to be driving my own truck. So it's kind of, I don't want to say pointless in a way to get my own vehicle, but it kind of is pointless. So that's the reason why I was thinking of, what with the Jeep comments. We just keep it real. But I also was thinking of getting a Toyota because of, I've already seen Jeeps. I've worked on, I've seen Brandon work on his Jeep. I've worked on Brandon's Jeep. And so I just wanted to get another vehicle just to see what another vehicle looks like. Can't the drone follow the vehicle? It can, but getting really nice shots, you need to be in complete control of it. Props to Braxton, a serious videography talent, yeah. Thank you. I hate the FJs. The new FJs, unless you're talking about the old one, but the new FJs are just ugly. But so I was also thinking of getting a van. The reason why I was thinking of getting a van, turn it into like what a sportsmobile is, you know, the 4x4 lifted, looks cool. The reason why I was thinking of that was because I'm always traveling. I'm always out places to drive, like couple. I've never had issues with my XJ ever made. Maybe I just got lucky. Yeah, just to get a Toyota, because my voice is breaking up. Yeah, I'm in a good area. AT&T is garbage. That's all I'm gonna say. Tacoma or 4Runner. I love the new look of the Tacomas. I love them. That's what, honestly, if I can't afford it. So this is another thing I wanted to touch on. Was I'm 26 years old. I have, what I do for a profession, what I do to make money, is I do videos and photos for people. So I don't make that much money right now because I don't have that many clients. So I can't afford, a lot of people are saying like these expensive vehicles. I'm like, I can't afford that. But what I was saying with the Tacoma, if I could afford the new Tacomas, I would definitely get one, but I can't. So that's what I'm looking. But back to the van. Since I own my own company with a bunch of gear and equipment, I wanted to make it so it's a dual vehicle. So I can have my equipment in there. So like, let's say somebody sends me like, oh, can you come 4 hours away to go shoot this thing? It's like, yeah, I could bring my van. I can have a bed in the back. I can have everything, my equipment and all that. So I can drive out, do the shoot, and I can like stay the night if I wanted to. Or if I'm like somewhere cool, I can like stay out there for a couple days and just stay in my vehicle. So that was kind of my thought process of that, in terms of being able to work and with things lining up with my goals. But getting a van would be meaning I would want to go into the production company route, which means, you know, I own a production company, they come to me, we hire everything, we have a bunch of equipment and all of that, which is not necessarily what I want to do. I want to be more of a director of photography, where you're hiring me as an individual, and then we will rent out a whole bunch of equipment that we need. My nephew just got a 2018 4Runner, and he says the worst thing is the mileage sucks. Yeah. So that was kind of the main thing. It was like I wanted a vehicle that had decent gas mileage because of my commute. My work commute is always random all the time. So if there's work that's 3 hours away, I got to drive out there. So I don't want a vehicle that, I feel like I'm breaking up like crazy again. Maybe I should, hold on, let me see. Okay, this looks good. All right, so I was thinking, because sometimes I'll drive, I'm breaking up again. I'll drive like 3 hours, I'll drive 2 hours, I'll drive 5 hours, I'll drive 1 hour. I don't want a vehicle that has like 10 miles to the gallon. Even though, like, yes, I can get reimbursed, or my client should be paying that, it's just an unnecessary cost. Gas mileage will suck in a van. Yes, besides the diesel Sprinters. You're describing a Sprinter van. Great gas mileage and a lot of room. Yeah, for what I want to do, I do want to have just like a cool looking vehicle, you know, like with Verizon is awesome. Yeah, I probably got to switch. But the Sprinters to me just don't look that great, but I kind of want like the instant, like, make my vehicle cool. I'm right now, I'm worried, or not worried, but I'm trying to get an apartment in Chicago and trying to pay that off. So right now I'm not focused on getting a vehicle. I'm focused on finding work and finding work, getting money, buy a Tacoma, then rent it out on Turo. So yeah, so I remember another person asked a question of if my I'm lagging in. Another person asked me if my services are for hire. Of course, like, this is lagging. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm assuming you can because only one person has said it. Yes, my services are for hire. I'm a photographer, I'm a video thing. Just contact me. My email, I have two separate emails. So there's my business email, that's part of my website and all that, but then there's my Trailspin email. My Trailspin email is braxton@trailspin.tv. I'll put this all in the description later, in the middle of apartment searching, so after, probably by the end of tonight. And then my regular email is braxton@braxtonclavens.com. It's all good. You don't sound bad, lagging a little, but not a problem. Yeah. So I think I cleared up some of those questions, maybe. I got a couple questions. All right. I saw a person ask what we did for food along the trip because of our cooler and all of that. So in a cooler, we had eggs and we had bacon. That was our main breakfast. And then for lunch, we had sandwiches. So we would have bread and, you know, lunch meats, mayos, peanut butter and jelly. It got to the point where we were sick of pulling everything out to get to the cooler, as you guys saw, so we would put the peanut butter and jelly and bread just out on the side, behind the driver's seat, just so that we can have something to eat. Other times we would go out to eat, or we would go to Subway or something like that. If we were at a McDonald's trying to upload, we would be eating there. And then we would try to find a lot of non-perishable items. Probably our most perishable stuff was like the creamer and for coffee and our eggs and bacon. Other than that, I don't really remember. I guess we had burgers, we had sausages, but we made sure we tried to eat that stuff as soon as possible, or try to keep it there as soon as possible. Not a lot of stuff really went bad. I just remember it took a while to keep the cooler cool. Let's see, Braxton, can you take a larger truck like a deuce and a half on the Trans-America Trail? Deuce, I have no idea what that is. Before I came into this trail, or before I met up with Brandon and came onto this trail, I had zero experience with cars. I knew nothing about cars. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to get another vehicle besides a Jeep, because that way I can learn his Jeep, I can learn another vehicle, my vehicle, along the way. And that's why everybody was saying, oh, get a sportsmobile. One, I can't afford that. But two, I wanted to get a stock vehicle so that I wanted to learn modifying the vehicle and different parts putting on there. I don't want something that's already built up and I have no idea what is going on. I want to know exactly what I'm putting on the vehicle and learning all about all that stuff. And of course, showing it. And I know some people didn't like it, but don't like that idea. But maybe a Jeep XJ, Subaru Forester, Toyota pickup, something mid-80s and 90s. Yeah. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options out there. Right now, I'm not specifically looking. Like I said, I'm just trying to find an apartment and get all that situation, get my finances situated, and build up my client base again. So how was the OJT mechanic training while on the trail? I mean, I learned that it's not, working on a car isn't that bad. Like, I've taken apart iPhones and repaired screens and batteries and all that. Like, you just have to know where things go and all that. Sure, you can go more intensive, like rebuilding a transmission or an engine, which would be cool to learn and see. But yeah, I learned a lot. It's a huge 2.5-ton military truck. I believe pretty much any vehicle can really go on this trail. It's just some parts you may, like the engineer pass part, where the trail was as wide as a Jeep. There's some parts where you may have to modify it because a vehicle cannot go through the trails, but I know definitely the first half of it, it's just dirt roads, but I would not take that military Jeep on those dirt roads. Probably already mentioned, is Patreon an option? Yes, Patreon is up. Actually, on my last video, I thanked the Patreon. I think Patreons, whatever. I thanked them. I think we have like 8 of them so far. But yeah, that helps tremendously. Thank you for everybody who did that. Hi there, I'm really enjoying your test series. I'm currently at day 16 and seeing both you become not only used to being around one another, but also filming in each other's blanks. Any new plans? Yes. The main plan right now, if you saw, you'll see later with Aaron. He's going on, it's called Expedition SEMA. It's basically the Continental Divide, but he modifies it so it goes north. I forgot where we start, Canada, and go all border to border, and it's SEMA. So that's going to be 30-day series, I think it is, and it should be a lot better than the Transamerica Trail series. But that's happened. What was the most beautiful part of the trip I had written down? The most beautiful part, my favorite part, but to show them anything, I pass video, because there's so many cool shots, there's so many different elements of that video that we saw on that one day that I liked. So that just makes me want to go around the Alpine Loop and see all of that, because you're going through mountains, and that was my favorite part. I wish we would have saw Moab more. We were only there for one day, but definitely Engineer Pass was my favorite. You'll be very happy with Toyota. Try an FJ80. Yeah, see, that's why I was getting the FJ70 or the PZJ77. So that it just looked different. It was a Japanese import car. It just looked cool, and I loved it, but it wasn't good. Thank you, Patrick. Awesome. Another weird question. Fastest times in track and field. So like I said, I'm a D1 All-American track and field athlete. So basically I was training like a professional, went to nationals, all that good stuff. Fastest times, I ran the 400 meters. My fastest time was 46:13. And then my 200 time was 20.7 something. I don't remember. It was 20.7. As you all know, Usain Bolt runs like 19.2, 19.5. I don't know. I don't follow track and field anymore. I do believe that I could have went professional in track and field. The issue is that track and field athletes do not make any money whatsoever. So I would have had to have been working a part-time job in order to pay for my training. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to focus 100% of my abilities on track and field, and I didn't want to worry about having to work a part-time job in order to pay for my training. I loved it, but didn't love it that much. Wasn't willing to sleep in my car. What's going down, guys? Favorite part of the trip? I'm gonna get off soon because I need to go view this apartment. What software? I use DaVinci Resolve. There's a free software. I've already mentioned this in the my previous video, but there's a DaVinci Resolve is what I use. I used to use Premiere Pro, but DaVinci Resolve is a software that I use, and that's because of color grading, and I love to color grade, and that's what really helps the image go through. So there's free software. I do recommend Premiere Pro, I do recommend Final Cut, I do recommend DaVinci Resolve. Just pick one and learn it. You can do more stuff with Premiere Pro and After Effects though, just so you know. You can still use DaVinci Resolve and After Effects, it's just weird to work around. You guys have good chemistry. I like the addition of the off-roading companion and the soundtracks. 5-star, keep it up, great work. Thank you. Songs is hard, but that's it. I already answered what vehicle. I'm still on the road, still trying to look. It's just, right now, it's just mainly a budget thing and affording thing. I gotta pay for rent in Chicago. So I gotta focus on that because I already have a Kia, which is what I'm sitting in right now. And once I figure things out, once I start making some money, then I can look into seeing what vehicle that I want to get. You've got a great shooting eye. You should try becoming a Steadicam operator for live shows. Yeah, I mean, I want to work on bigger productions. That's kind of what I want to go to. That's my main thing. New channel, loved your last trip. New to the channel. All right, I need to go. I need to go see this apartment. But it would be great if you would lay out all of your video stuff and explain it. I kind of did. I mean, I didn't really. Not through editing, but all my like equipment, I just kind of said what it is. I could possibly do like a beginner's guide in order to do if you wanted to like film or something like that out in your overlanding adventures. Move in with Brandon. He actually lives in Peoria, which is 2.5 hours away from Chicago. There's no opportunity for me out there in terms of what I want to do, so that's why I'm in Chicago. Have to pay out of my butt to pay this rent off, but yes. So in terms of future plans for Trailspin, the only thing really planned, there are some trips. I was invited to another trip, but like right now I need to make money. I have bills, I need to pay off stuff. So the only thing right now that I personally have planned is the SEMA trip, which should be epic, and the other Expo East that I should be at. So coming to Cali, that is definitely a place that I want to live in LA. I actually want to live in LA for like a year just to get that experience and see all the work that I can do. I just need to get better. But we will see you guys in the next video. I have no idea what the next videos are. All of our videos that we were releasing were kind of filler, just kind of like keeping up with the YouTube algorithm, because if we stop posting videos, it will hurt us. It will hurt our channel and not post our videos to people. So we're trying to figure out what we can post, and that's why I was going to try to buy a vehicle so that I can do build videos and at least have something up. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I've already signed out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody that saw this. See ya.